CarolJo's.com, which is an online jewelry and accessory business for women. I am Carol, the owner, but we do more than just sell jewelry. Actually, it's been like a few months until last night that I've actually sold jewelry here on social media. I usually do other things here on social media. We go live. Hi, Murda. We go live twice a week with chats. We have one tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We go live twice a week with tutorials. We're going to have one tonight. I'll show you about it here in a moment. And then we do sprinkle in sales. B? Yeah. Buttercup, can I get my holder there, the white, please? And so we
and will, Buttercup also sometimes.
And Buttercup is here in the background. Buttercup, a little wild swinging there, is my granddaughter. We do not call her by her first name. We call her by Buttercup here. All right, I'm putting my tablet so I can see comments better. All right. So, but the sales, tomorrow we will have a silicone sale. We'll have octagons, lentils, rounds that are 15 millimeters. We'll have some acrylics and we'll have some focals tomorrow on our silicone sale. It starts, I believe, at 2 p.m. and we'll go for an hour. You can have one of, or whatever. I got them as a gift. Okay. So that, and then tomorrow night we have a chat. Thursday we're going to have bring back, which is items that we've had up for sale before, but we didn't sell a lot of, and it's been about 6 months, so we're going to bring them back in for a second look for those that have seen them before, or for those that are new and or hadn't seen them. It's an opportunity to buy them. We will also have another tutorial Friday in the afternoon, and then Friday evening at 7 p.m. we will have a bead sale. And then we'll have another bead sale at 10 a.m. on Saturday. So that's what our schedule looks like for this week. You can always find my schedule as a pinned post here on TikTok. And it's just a post on YouTube. And Buttercup got new animals today, so she's showing them.
One is a vase bag vase thing.
Yeah, we're trying to figure that one out.
I don't like him.
And so, but anyways, we've got, that's where you can find, hi Nordic Luna, my schedule on both social medias. I'm live tonight on TikTok and YouTube. And the reason why I go live is that if you're watching it, hi Amy, and if you want to watch it later, it is always saved on TikTok. My lives are all, or yes, thank you, YouTube. They're always saved on YouTube. So those of you on TikTok, to get to it, you just go through my profile, you touch the lemonade line, then you go to the tree section, and in the list of the tree, you go all the way to the bottom. Hi, Bob. And that is, hi, Geraldine, and that is how you find replays. If you were a certain one you want, you just let me know, and I can try putting it into one of our playlists. So that is what we've got there. Now, on TikTok, if we can get 10 shares and 10,000 likes, we will be doing giveaway of, we have bead soup tonight. So if you guys can share that out, that helps me get it out to everybody. And then it also helps TikTok notify more people for the live. Hi, is it Mo? Moo? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. So that is how this works. So this is a tutorial night. I'm probably not going to be on for the full hour because this tutorial isn't a long tutorial. But what I want you guys to look at and take away from this is using the technique that I'm going to talk about tonight and how you can just adding one style of bead to something that I've always done in the past, how that changes things up. So what we have here is we're calling these Simply Elegant Pearl Earrings. They're a very simple earring. We've got, and I'll show you over here on YouTube in a moment. We have a glass pearl, 10 millimeter size bead, but we have two beads, one on top and one below it. Those beads are called cubic zirconia or zircon beads. What they are is that they are a glass bead that has different colors. Can you hand me that top one right by your hand? Yep, that one. We have different colors available of that. And so you can change them out, you know, based upon what you like. We have, nope, it's not this one. Hold on. I had her grab the wrong one. Let me grab the right one. I know where I moved it. It's the right color container. It's just the wrong beads. So I have multiples of these. There we go. We got it. So they come in different colors. Like here we have one that is a strand of what they call colorful. It's a mix of them. And you could do a mix. You could do one on the top, one on the bottom. Hello, Meg. Oh, wow. That is cool. And it's one of my favorite ones to make. I think they're just an elegant earring. But adding this 3mm size round faceted bead just knocks it out of the park, I think. And then we have them in, this one is bisque color. So there's different colors that we're gonna have. We've got even, and if you had a black pearl, we have 2 different color of oranges that you could put with it. So there's the regular orange, or you could do the dark orange, and I'll grab that one here. And when you look at the dark orange, it is just a normal, it just looks like a normal fall color when we look at that one. So that is different colors. I didn't take a lot of the strands to be able to do this project with because I wanted to leave them available for you guys to purchase if you want. These will be up for sale on Friday, just to let you know. But how I came about creating these beads, or these earrings, sorry, with those beads, is that normally I will just take the glass pearl beads and put them on the head pins and then do the wire wrap part of the head pin and turn it into an earring. And so for years, that is how I have made glass pearl earrings. It's just a glass pearl because to me, they're elegant enough on their own. And the reason why I ended up with the zircon beads is that someone asked for them specifically on a live of someone I was watching their live on. And they said that they had gotten these beads before and that they were running low. And I'm like, I wonder if I can get them. So then I ended up ordering them for them and such. And ultimately, while we were talking about it, when they were picking out the ones that they wanted, hi Greg, I ended up having just this thought about I could add those to those glass pearl beads. And that's what I want you guys to take out of tonight, is about how one little thing and just talking in a group, and all of a sudden I'm like, I'm going to try this. I actually did try these beads with 6mm glass pearls, 8mm glass pearls, and 10mm glass pearls. Ultimately, I liked it the best with the 10mm. I just thought that the 6, especially the 6 and the 8, that the 3mm size bead was just overpowering away from it, and I wanted it to accent it. So it kind of goes back to our quote that we had from yesterday, and that was, I'm going to read it to you guys because we have to do this when we're creating. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing. Hold on. I have my apps in different places on my different devices. Thank you, Melissa, for the heart me. So our quote is, an essential aspect of creativity is not being afraid of failure. Hi, Rocky's Creation. Hey, Melissa. And so what I want to say about this is that when I decided to do this, I thought a 6mm size bead would be perfect with that 3mm size bead. And I tried it and it didn't look good. And rather than just giving up on it completely, I just went and grabbed an 8mm bead, bleh, glass pearl. And I was like, nope, don't like that either. When I got to the 10, I was like, that is it. So what I want to say is that don't be afraid of trying different things out. And if it didn't work the first time, that's okay. Find something else that'll work with it. Is it that big of a deal? I mean, the way I have my beads sorted, and this is for me, is that I have all my glass pearls together. So when I went into that glass pearl container, I have 4, 6, 8, 10. I even have 12 in there. And I have ovals, but I knew I didn't want 12. To me, 12 is really big. It's more necklace size. this is my opinion. You guys can have your own and you can decide what you want to do with it. So, but I settled on that 10 millimeter and I think they turned out fabulous. So what we're going to do is, I do not have glass pearls pulled yet. I am going to pull those here from the beads behind me. I'm not going to grab beads that I would normally sell. So I'm just letting you know the colors. Oh, I got some in a bag over here. I'm going to go grab that bag. We did some of them last night as kits on a live, and I picked as many of the fall colors as I could, but I have some summer colors. So let's do some summery ones. Hello, Gabriel from Brazil. I'm going to do the light blue, or cyan sometimes is what it's called. So we're going to do this. So what you're going to need is 2 10 millimeter glass pearls. You will need, and you're not going to probably be able to see them very well, 4 of the 3 millimeter zircon round faceted beads. I need 2 head pins, and I need 2 earring wires. I'm just going to go with the fish hooks. You know, you could do them on clip earrings that has a little circle. You can do them on lever backs. You could do them on posts, whatever you want to do them on. You just need this type of earring, okay? For tools, what we're going to need for tools tonight is round nose plier, flat nose plier, and a flush cutter. So it's not very many tools and not very many supplies. I know, but the thing is that I don't want to keep taking a strand of the beads and using them all. But yes, I agree with you. Okay, I'm going to look and see if I can find. In the colorful, I was trying to find different beads, but the colorful one doesn't always have the same tones. The beads are not always the same tone. So like there's 3 different color purple beads on this one. But let me see if I can find more of that bisque color. Though I've got 3 so far. I got to find 1 more. So maybe we'll change it up and we'll do more of that bisque color. Is that this one here? Yep, I found them. Okay, I'm going to put the rest of them away. So on the colorful, you would have to like spend some time finding 4 of the same color. All right. And then in the orange color one, there's actually 3 different color oranges. I'm like, there's more than what I got. So I'm going to move the white over here. Okay, I'm going to point you guys down while I make this and walk you through it. Okay? And then I'm going to bring up the backup of my TikTok so I can see comments on TikTok. I do not have a backup of YouTube, so I will not be able to see your comments while we're on the live, okay? But you guys should be able to see the 2 beads, the 4 beads, 2 head pins, and this, the ear wires. Let me get to the backup here for just a second. Here we go. I just got to get into the live. Hey, it told me right when I went in, it told me I was live. Woohoo! TikTok's doing its job tonight. All right, so we're going to take a head pin. I'm using a flat head pin, so you guys can see the head of it is flat. I personally wouldn't use the ball ones for this project if you're going to have one of the beads at the bottom, because then you're going to have 2 balls right next to each other, and for me, that's not pleasing to the eye. I need to put my glasses on so I can see the holes. Sorry. All right. So here we go.
You need to sign something.
Okay, can I do it after I get off the live? But you leave it right there so I remember to do it, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we have 1 of the 3 millimeters. We have 1 of the 10 millimeter glass pearls, and now we're going to take another of that 3 millimeter size bead.
This is just for my reading log.
Okay, honey, I will read through everything when I get off my live. So that is what we got for number 1 there. For number 2, we're going to do the same thing. The 3 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 3 millimeter. If you wanted to add something a little bit extra, you could even do a daisy spacer in between. You can make it whatever you want. Just set it right here for me.
I know, but look how many spelling words I have, but they're kind of easy.
Okay, just if you need to practice them, then take it.
No.
Okay.
We already have two.
Okay. All right. Just leave it all right here for me to look
And
at.
bye.
Thank you. Bye. I'll see you later. Love ya.
Love you too.
Thank you. All right. Now, normally what I will do with my, I got to find the right Sharpie here. Found it. Okay. I take like a fine Sharpie, not an extra fine, which is what most of mine are. And I will draw a black line with my Sharpie on my tool. Okay. You can make if you want to do the black line with a Sharpie, you can do it wherever you want. The closer you get to this end, the smaller the loop and the smaller the amount of space you're going to have between the top bead and where your circle begins on the loop of the earring. If you go this way, you're going to have a longer space between the top bead and where the beginning of the loop is at. And you will also have a bigger circle on your loop. The reason why I put a black Sharpie mark on my tool is so that I have consistency in that area of between that top bead, that last bead I put on, and my circle that I make for that loop. And also to keep my loops consistent. So the circle of the loop is consistent. So that is why I just put it on. As you use it, that Sharpie mark does wear off, and you just have to put it on wherever you want it to be. But while you're on the same project, make sure you're just using the same line over and over. All right. So what we're going to do is, where that black line is, I'm lining up my head pin. I'm going to take the top portion of the head pin and I'm going to push it 90 degrees away from me. It ends up going towards you guys, and you will have a 90-degree angle from the head pin into the length out. We are going to position our tool on that black line. See how it's on that black line? But I've put it in a 45-degree angle. My tool is 45 degrees in that angle. So it's at a diagonal. And then you're going to take your finger and bring that over the top until it comes towards that bead. Loosen up, move. We were like this before. So our bottom was down here. We're going to bring that to the top. And now that opens up this room here so I can finish this off. And I have made a loop. The reason why you do that 45 degrees in there with your tool is so that it will create a circle instead of a D. What will happen if you don't do it is that this part will go straight up and then your circle will start. So you want to take and just put that in there so that you can have a good circle. Yep, if you guys, 2 more shares, everybody, and we will get a giveaway. I use my round nose pliers to hold that circle like that. Or if you have a second pair of the pliers, which I have one right here, you can use that to hold it too. I actually do use this because this, when I look at the length or the side to side of this versus this one is smaller so I can see more. We have one more like, everybody. So we go like that and we hold it. We grab our flat nose pliers and we wrap this. I did not get that right up above, so hold on. I got to back it up and go back around. There we go. And we are creating what I call is a barber pole. So you're going to have the wire. Let me see if I can get that. Hold on. You can't really see it. I'll get it better here. But you're creating the wire like it's a barber pole where it's going to angle down. And I didn't have that much of a space, so I really didn't get 2 times around. And then we go in here, and this might be my cutters that I need to just get rid of because they are not sharp. There we go. and we cut off our end. And we did get the shares and we did get the likes. So I am going to point you up here for just a moment, everybody. All right. Let's do this. All right, everybody, go ahead and guess colors. You can do it too for those of you over here on YouTube. I will watch and see who gets it first. Oh, somebody already over here has it on YouTube. 2 people do. Not YouTube, TikTok. The sisters got it. Are you guys in the same room? I'm joking. All right, Lulu was first and then Geraldine was second. So Lulu will be our winner for this tonight. Let me get out of the game here. The color was turquoise and someone else got it after I did that. All right, let me grab this and we're gonna see what beads we're gonna get in there for you. All right, here we go, Lulu. You've got a few acrylic beads, you've got a shell bead, you've got some natural, you have one of those, I call it goldstone beads. You've got glass. What do we have on this side? Ooh, we have another acrylic in there. You got lots of different beads. This is what Lulu won for our game giveaway for our 10,000 likes and 10 shares on TikTok. I'll put that in your basket. You're welcome. I'm gonna move that over there. If we get to 20K, we'll do it again, everybody. And now I'm gonna point you guys back down, all right? Here we go, and there we go. Let's see. All right. Now we're going to do that again on this bead here, or on this head pin. So we're going to take our round nose pliers with that mark, line up our head pin with that mark, push 90 degrees away, reposition that tool so it sits 45 degrees in that 90, and then bring it around the top until you can't turn it anymore. Just lightly open up that pliers and then put it down again with this on the top and then finish up that circle. We are going to hold this and then grab our pliers and wrap that around. And it's like one and just a titch bit. So we're not going to see that loop because of, or the, that roundness like a barber pole, because I didn't have a lot of space in between. And then we have this one. To finish it off, it doesn't matter if you use the clip earrings, if you use lever back, the fish hook. They all have some sort of a hoop on them more times than not that you're going to use to dangle that bead down. And that hook will open up. You just got to figure out, is it on the inside or outside? So if you don't know with your product, because it's a new one, just kind of wiggle it. And if it starts moving, you know you're right. If you're on this side and you're moving it and it doesn't move, you're like, flip it over and try the other side. You will feel it. It is a soft touch, okay? Ah, yep. And then open it up just like you would a jump ring. Open it like towards you or away from you. Take that circle loop that we just created, put that on the earring. Then close that up. And this will just close. I'm using the round nose to close it. You can use either one. I'm going to put this on my display so you guys can see this one. So there is one. We're going to do it on our other one. Yep, it's really about where you place it on that tool. So for those of you on YouTube, Nordic Luna said it took her a year of actually looking at these pliers to understand that the round part was different sizes. literally, if you're not told it, you don't know it. I get that. And that's one of the things when I taught classes at the store that I used to work at. That was one of the reasons why we did the black mark, is just to make sure everybody was consistent. Open up that loop again, that earring circle, and then close it up. And then you have a pair of earrings. I'm going to bring it up. All right, everybody. So here is, and we didn't use the white with this one, everybody. Did you notice that? I used what we are calling the bisque color. So I'm going to put the purple next to it here on the display. And you can see there is a difference between the white and the bisque. So yes, that was a good call, Nordic Luna, to use the bisque, and that I could do it. I have 2 strands that I've got here, and we've got a colorful strand, which is a mix of colors, and then we have the white. Yeah, it turned out gorgeous. And that's what I wanted to say is I literally would have just taken, and I'm going to show you here, this bead, put it on here, and made that earring. And that would have been my earring for it. And right now, the glass pearls are extremely, I gotta take my glasses off, they're making my hair look funny. The glass pearls are extremely popular with the fall time frame, with the fall trend. So it is really good to have those. Hi, Crafty Galaxy, how are you? And so you can do different things with them, but I think this just kicks it up a notch. I feel like the guy that goes bam, not Guy Fieri, but I can't think of his name, the cook. Hi, Rainbow. But that just adds just a little bit to it and makes it, just to me, a little bit dressier. Yes, Emerald. Yes, that's who I'm thinking of. Thank you. You guys got it. Emerald, I can't think of his last name, but yes, that's who I'm thinking of. He always goes bam. And to me, this is the bam. Lagasse. It just came to me. I didn't see yours like there, Geraldine. But like, that's what I'm saying is that I would have never done that. I would have never purchased those beads had we not been talking as a group type scenario. And I think it's really cool that we do have communities here that we can be a part of and talk with and get ideas off of each other. And it was funny because we were just talking while we were on a live, and I'm like, hi, Danielle. I'm like, I want to try this now. And so to me, it dresses it up a little bit more. Thank you for the heart, me. I appreciate that. So that is how simple they are. I will make another pair here for you all. Let me grab a different color in here. Let me see. I gotta see if I have another one of that one. Ooh, right there. So I said I didn't have any more blues, and I really don't. These blues that I have in here, because I did 2 pairs of blue last night, they're different colors. All 3 of them are a different color, so they're not a pair. So just to let you know, this is the baggie that I got the earrings from for last night, or the beads for the earrings for last night. We were doing kits on the live. So that's how I did it. I just grabbed so when we make the kit, or when we make bags with 20 beads in them of the 10mm size beads, there are extra beads, and we just put them in a bag, and then that's where I made the kits from. That's what I did, everybody. That's how we chose the color. All right, we've got our 2 head pins. I'm going to go with, oh, those look yellow. They are not yellow. These are sage green in all reality. You can kind of pick up the color there. So, okay, Joya's comment to the colors are not the same. Yeah, but you have a whole face in between. As long as it's close, they won't know. LOL, JK. So I'm thinking if I can find 4 of the orange ones, yep, and that's why I want to, they are extremely popular this season. That's why we are trying to do as many of the orange items as we can, or not the orange, the pearl items. There we go. I found 4 that we can give you ideas of what to do with them. All right. I found 4 orange. Ooh, Christmas time, do the 3 small, medium, large, and it does a snowman look. And then what do you put on for the hat? Okay, I'm going to point you guys down. I'm going to show you what I got here. We've got our head pin. We've got a 3 millimeter size. Oop, I need a different head pin. Sometimes the head pins, like if you look at this one, he is a little bit curvy, and then that stops the beads from coming down. There is a tool that will straighten them, but I'm not grabbing that tool right now while I am trying to. Maybe we're going to change him out because he might be too small of a hole. Let's see if we can find one more. Is that the same color? Nope, that one is not the same color. Is this the same color? Yep, that's the same color. See what I mean? They're just a little bit different, and I want them to be the same. I know I'm being extremely, woohoo! Yep, you could do black ones. Okay, I'm coming up because it's 20K. So we're going to do the 20K giveaway. I'm going to stop making that one. We're going to do 20K, and you on YouTube are really crooked. Let's do another color. All right, everybody, go ahead and guess a color in the chat. And I'm watching to see if we have the individuals on YouTube. You guys can guess too. And I'm going to take a drink while I'm watching. And then we'll scoop them up. Uh-oh, somebody was filtered. Okay, I'm going to give you a clue. It is a food. Let's see who got it. Miss Geraldine got it. All right. She guessed the color eggplant, and that was what it is. So she is our winner for the 20K giveaway. Congratulations. Let me scoop something up for you here. Okay, there we go. It was Geraldine. Here's hers. She's gonna get that rondelle there. You've got that star bead. We've got some resin. We've got wood. We've got some metal and some naturals. You got a little bit of everything. So that's the front side. We even have one of those skulls in there. And here's the back side. I'm going to write your name on there so I know. Oh, yeah. All right. There we go. If we get to 30K, we'll do it again, everybody. All right, I'm going to point y'all down. The turquoise, that one there, we had those as a strand and a bag. All right, we're going to point you down. I haven't brought those in a while. All right, so we're going to do one of the 3 millimeters. I might need to put my glasses back on. There we go. We got that one on. Then we're going to do our 10 millimeter, and then we're going to do the 3 millimeter. There we go. So that is the green and orange. It just reminds me of like harvest time. Okay, we're going to do that again on the second one. So we're going to do 3 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 3 millimeter. There we go. There's our second one. We're going to grab our round nose pliers. We're going to create our circle by bending it 90 degrees away. We're going to put that 90 degrees in there and bring that around the top till you get to the point where it touches on the back. Reposition the tool so this is on top and create that circle. Hold it with the tool, grab your pliers, and wrap that around. I want you to go down, bead. There we go. Wrap that around. And you're going to wrap it so that the wire doesn't go on top of each other. They need to stack right below each other. If your area between that top bead and the circle is long enough to have the space to do two. Mine is not. And because these stink, let me try these here. I got a tail that I don't want. I'm cutting it over my garbage can, just trying to take a little bit off because I don't want that to fly and somebody step on it. There we go. He still needs to go down just a little bit, but it's not as big as it was before. There we go. All right, he's down. You will tell if you need to do that when you rub your finger around where that's at. If it's pokey, just take your pliers and then just work with it to push that piece of wire down. Try not to crack a glass bead. Glass beads will crack. Hey, Rosie, how are you tonight? So once again, we are going to take our beads, put that right by where our line is at, 90 degrees away, reposition, wrap around, reposition, wrap around. Grab the pliers, and then we're going to wire wrap that around the head pin. We're going to take our pliers, cut that off. That was a lot easier. I need my earrings. They're in my bag. Yes, I do buy earrings in bulk. And then open up that loop, put your earring dangle on, shut that up. Same thing with this one. And close that up. And there we have that pair of earrings. I'm going to put you guys up. So if you guys noticed, I'm good. I was going to say, I do not put my earring wires in a tray. I actually, because when I'm making earrings or if I'm making necklaces, I have containers here for like necklace packaging. I have a container for my making earrings where all of my earring findings are in one container and it's here on the shelf and I can just grab it. I know a lot of things in here I do have, but those are mostly beads. But the findings that I use a lot or the packaging and that type of stuff, I actually just have in these white containers. All right, here is this pair of earrings. So we've got that, and it is more green, like a sage green in person than a yellow green. But those are the fall color ones that I wanted to do. So here tonight, we made 2 pairs of earrings. We made what I'm going to call is like cyan, and this one. And then I made these ones earlier. And all I did was change out the different color. Whoops, I dropped that one. He went into my lap, I think. Nope, he dropped all the way to the floor now. But you can change out what color of 3mm size beads you're going by what color of glass pearl beads you have. Nope, it was the earring. It's not going to be bead soup. I have a hard time reading comments with these on. Ugh. I can't see right up here, and I can't see over here comments. I can only see where I do jewelry with those earrings or with those glasses. Here they all are. I'm going to put all 3 on there. Look at that. I think that's cool. So that's what I wanted to show you guys, is how you can take something that you normally do, just talking with your friends in our communities, and you can come up with something different. And it's not that big of a difference. It's a little bit of a difference, but I think it's neat. Nope, I don't do them. So, with the way my LASIK is, I have this eye I see close up, this eye I see distance. So to read all the messages and stuff that you guys give me, I use, they work together, but it's mostly this eye that's reading your guys' comments. This eye is like if you're reading a book. There is 3 different levels to seeing, and where I sit for making jewelry right here, like, it's just a little bit different. I can't see with how they did my LASIK. And so that's how I ended up having to have glasses. It's only when I'm doing tutorials or I'm working on getting things ready to do a tutorial, meaning you know, trying to figure out what we're going to do for a tutorial, that's when I need them. Ooh, that's a good idea. If I have, now the question is do I have those colors in my bag of leftover beads? I think that would be cool to have a bead dangle with that. But I don't think I have another one of those greens. I have lighter green, but not, oh, I do have one more dark one. And we even have one dark orange. So this is what I'm talking about. We have one dark orange. We have one of the darker sage green. This is that cyan. And then we had the grape. It was this one. And then we have antique white. Look at those 5 together. When I look at this bag, I think it's a bag of fun. So I have a bag of 10mm like that. We have a bag of 6mm with a lot more colors in it. Here's our bag of 8s. We even have a small bag of 4. And here are our 12mm. Oops, we have some 4 that needs to go in there. So when it comes to making kits, I grab this bag if we're going to do a kit with glass pearls that you just need like 2 for earrings, and see what we can do. Literally, when the ladies were here helping me out, and they were like, why, you know, we could put it in the bead soup, you know, type thing. And I'm like, no, my original plan was, okay, I'll do that. My original plan was that I was going to do like a mix of like 20 or 25 beads in a bag. Hi, Mia. And do it that way. And I just have never gotten to it. I actually use them more for kits or examples like this than I do for that. I don't know why. Okay, let's see. We have 8, 6, and 10. Let's see. I think I have, nope, that's not the right color. I want, maybe that one. I'm trying to get them. Hold on. Hi, Julie. I'm trying to get like a whitish color. One of them is not the exact same as the others, but it'll give us an idea. Okay, we put the 10 on. Now we got the 8. And there is the 6, and that's our snowman. But he's not a same white color, so I wouldn't do this. But that's what that Nordic Luna was talking about. You can make a little snowman. And then if you have a flat black bead, you can make a little hat. That's a neat idea. Thank you for sharing. See, this is where we can get ideas from each other. And she says you can make them in any color. She does red, white, and green. And I don't have a red in here. And that is what we do. I'm loving that we're sharing ideas, everybody. Really, I am. That's how these even came about. So, and just to let you all know, I will have a couple, like 2 or 3 colors of the 10 millimeter glass pearls on Friday night. And I will be bringing those zircon beads to Friday night's live. So we'll have all of that available for you, to those of you that would like to purchase some. Though we did kits last night. The UFO bead, we got rid of the last one yesterday. They're done. I don't have any more. They're gone. UFOs are out of the building now. But I will be bringing what we have of those. Yep, I know. And it was funny because Rose was on last night while we were talking about it. And I'm like, God dang, do you guys remember when we brought those the first time? And everybody's like, it's a UFO bead. That's all. Literally, if you guys would have been here, it was right in the beginning of when I started doing the bead sales. And so that would be like 2.5 years ago. Can you guys believe it's been 2.5 years of me selling beads here on TikTok? And then I've gone live now on YouTube. And I know it's not a huge number, but I'm close to 10,000 people on TikTok. Let me go check it out. I was like 100 and some away. I got to go to the other account here. I am 145 people away. Yep, and that's how it got named. And for me, when I say, for doing as much, there are other people out there that have 50 or 100,000. I mean, Creative City Designs just hit 50,000 this last week. Brooke with Revival Design Co. is over 100. I think she's close to 200 now. I was going to go see. Let's see if we can search her. Let me see. I have no idea how many. She's at 219. And I am not about getting to those large numbers. I really want to have a community here that we can share everything with. And when I want people to follow, it's truly people who want to follow because of what we do here. It's not about getting to a certain number. It's about getting people here that is in our community that really like with what I do, about having the chats, about doing the tutorials and doing the bead sales. Yep. And I want to have Oh, that's okay, Kelly. I want us to have that interaction. That's part of what I like about our community. I mean, like tonight, our discussion was about I was in a different live, thought of an idea. Here's the idea. I'm showing it to you. But the thing is that then while we were talking, Nordic Luna was like, you can make up those beads into the snowman. And she showed us how. And to me, that personal camaraderie that we have here is what we are about. And that's why, I always say if somebody comes in and likes what you're seeing, go ahead and follow because I really want us to grow to keep that like mindedness and that we can all be together. Awesome. And that's what this is about. It's about a community where you can learn more. We don't sit here and just, my idea is my idea. I don't have that philosophy at all because guess what? We all have the ability to do the same things because beading isn't new. And we are all it's just like I mixed two beads tonight that and showed you how I mixed them. And that's what I came up with. And it, just the sparks of ideas and that type of thing. And that's what I want us to continue to do and grow here and have others in the community. So that's why I do what I do. And I feel like I am like in a weird spot here on TikTok. There we go. So, but I am going to do paperwork for little Miss Buttercup from school. I got to go do that before she goes to night night. Yep, and that's exactly why I love this is that we all don't think alike. And they're not mistakes, and it's so funny because our quote is about failures, and I really like to say something different than saying mistakes or failures. Um and that is their learning experiences. That's the way I look at it. I have to learn from what I've done to grow. To me, that isn't a mistake. That was helping me be a better person in whatever I'm doing. It's helping me be a better jewelry designer because I keep trying. And I know you guys I keep saying, I'm going to get this darn project for Friday done. And I tried it today and my circle has too many beads on it. So tomorrow I'm going to try again with not as big of a circle. And that's literally, I'm on try number 5 or 6, but I'm not giving up and they are not mistakes. I'm learning. I am learning how to do things differently to hopefully get there by Friday. But I think I'm going to have to do it with circle beads. I didn't want to, but I think it will. I will tell her that. Thanks, Kelly. I am so grateful to hear that. It's also, yep, there are adjustments. The thing that I want to say is with Kelly selling her jewelry, her necklaces, it's also about she's found the market for it. And sometimes that's not the easiest thing. And we keep talking about go outside the box to think of where you can sell your jewelry. Last night we talked about where I would sell that bracelet that I had out last night. It's not in a normal place. And we're all here to be sounding boards to help people think of different places where you can sell your jewelry. So, all right, everybody, I'm going to hop off. We will see you, I believe, at 2 p.m. Go check the calendar or the schedule on TikTok only for our silicone sale. Ooh, I love steampunk. I think they're cool. I don't own any. I love it, though. All right, everybody, have a great night. We will see you tomorrow afternoon. Bye.